Welcome to Corys Conscious Living. Welcome to Corys Conscious Living.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to this weekend's Corys Conscious Living podcast. This story is more for an older group of children. So if you're below maybe 12, 13, it's probably not such a great idea to listen to this meditation today. Please check with your parents, really no matter what age you are, to make sure that this one is okay to listen to. It's a sticky subject, but it's something that needs to be talked about. Lots of times when we're teenagers, we make mistakes and we do silly things and we don't really think things through. And that's something that Rebecca did in this story. She shared photos of herself not wearing any clothes, which is a crazy thing to do. Luckily, there's a twist to the story, and maybe it never really happened. You'll see when you listen. But my point being is, think very carefully before you go share pictures of yourself, boys and girls. Please think very, very carefully. Don't do it. I hope you enjoy the story. I hope it helps you think twice about your body and how wonderful it is and how special it is and how you don't share it so easily. Namaste, my friends. Until next time. Are you ready to meditate with Corey? Make sure that you're comfortable. Check that everything is just right. If you're sat up, sit nice and straight. And if you're laid down listening, then try and lay in a position that's really comfortable and relaxing for you. This story is about Rebecca. Rebecca was 14, almost 15. She was going to stay with her aunt for the summer, Aunt Lily. Rebecca had had a horrible, horrible year at school so far. Her aunt lived in a different state, and she was actually super excited just to leave her friends, her school, her parents, everyone behind. To escape and go stay with Aunt Lily for 4 weeks sounded like a dream come true to her. Something really bad had happened, you see. Rebecca was dating a boy called Josh for a while. A long time, actually, to say she was only 14. Josh and her had somehow got to the stage in their relationship where Rebecca thought it was okay to send him pictures. It seemed like everybody was doing it at school. Didn't seem like something that was so weird. People were sending pictures of each other back and forward all the time. I'm not talking about normal pictures. I'm talking about pictures where you're not really wearing any clothes. Rebecca did this for Josh, and everything seemed to be totally fine until Rebecca and Josh broke up. Rebecca didn't even think about it. She didn't think Josh would be the type of person that would share something so private, something so sacred between just the two of them. But Josh had shown the pictures to one of his friends. And when he sent them to his friend, he didn't really think anything about it either. But then his friend shared the pictures with another friend, and that other friend had a group of friends, and they all saw the pictures. And before you know it, there were so many people with pictures of Rebecca with no clothes on that it's hard to say who did what came next. But what came next was everyone, almost everyone, felt like everyone that had a phone that was in school seemed to somehow get these pictures of Rebecca not wearing any clothes that she'd sent Josh when she was going out with him. So now the whole school saw Rebecca completely naked. Can you imagine how she felt? She was so embarrassed. At first, she was trying to do everything that she possibly could to avoid going to school. She would fake being sick. She would make things up to her parents. If she couldn't get out of school with her parents, then she would get to school and just not go inside school and skip school. It was horrible, absolutely horrible, and everyone laughed at her, everyone talked about her, everyone called her names that weren't true. Now, all of a sudden, everyone treated Rebecca as if she was easy or fair game for all the other boys in school. Oh, it was just awful. Poor Rebecca. Rebecca got really depressed. So depressed that she barely ate anything. She didn't talk to her parents anymore. She stayed in her room most of the time and just slept, because if she slept, then that would keep her away from the world, right? None of it would be real, right? Rebecca really needed this break. She needed to go away for the summer and stay with Aunt Lily. The cool thing about Aunt Lily was that she wasn't an ordinary aunt. She was kind of quirky and weird and strange. You could say she was a little bit of a witch, but she was a good witch. She liked to make potions that would help you get healthy. She would make things out of herbs and spices. She was very superstitious. She kept a broom over her front door to keep out all the bad energies. And what was most important was Rebecca always felt like she could talk to Aunt Lily. She could tell her anything. So finally, when she got there and she told Aunt Lily everything that had happened, she was relieved to hear that Aunt Lily had a solution. "We can always make it so it didn't happen," she said. "We can play around with time. We can do a little bit of visualization. We can go back in time and make it so it never happened. How does that sound?" At first, Rebecca didn't really believe her. How can you do that? That can't be possible. But the more that Aunt Lily talked about it, the more that sounded like it was possible. She had a whole session, a whole ritual that she did that would change time and change events in the past. And she could make it go away. That night, when the moon was big in the sky, it was a full moon, and it was a big bright moon, and it felt really powerful. You could feel the energy coming off the moon. It was so powerful. Aunt Lily asked Rebecca to lay down and get comfortable. And she did this process with her. Start to focus on your breath. Take a nice, big, deep breath. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Relax your body. See if you can breathe all the way down to your toes. Relax your feet, your legs. Let your body get very, very heavy. Be still and quiet. Allow the moon to shine down on your entire being. Imagine you're absorbing the light of the moon, and she's cleansing you and purifying you and making you feel very, very relaxed. Aunt Lily took Rebecca back in time in her mind, back to when she was in her bedroom and she was about to take photos of herself on her phone. All of a sudden, being back in that time and place, Rebecca had this very, very loud noise inside of her head saying, "Don't do it. Do not share your body like this. Your body is a temple, a sacred, divine temple. It's precious. It's yours. Do not share your body in this way. Keep this sacred. Even if you love Josh and you trust Josh, do not send pictures." The voice in her head was very, very loud. It sounded like her own voice, like the wise part of her mind was talking to her. She listened. She didn't do it, even though other people had done it at school and talked about it, and everybody made it sound really, really normal. Rebecca listened. She listened to that wise part of her mind that told her her body was sacred. Her body was a temple. It wasn't to be shared in this way. Rebecca instantly switched from photo to Snapchat on her phone and got distracted and started doing something else. And the photos never happened. And she never shared them with Josh. And when they broke up, Josh obviously didn't have anything to share with his friends and their friends and their friends and then the entire school. It never happened. Aunt Lily asked Rebecca to open her eyes. "Come back into the room with me, back into the light of the moon." She looked at her Aunt Lily and said, "Was that real? Did it really, really change time?" Aunt Lily said, "Well, we'll have to see, won't we?" 8 weeks later, Rebecca went back to school, and it was like it never happened. Everyone was busy talking about the summer break, what they'd been doing, who they'd been hanging out with, all the latest gossip. Rebecca wasn't part of it. Rebecca had had the opportunity to change one of the biggest mistakes of her life so far. It had worked. And then all of a sudden, Rebecca rolled over in bed. She opened her eyes and laid there and thought to herself, "Oh, wow. That was the most intense, weird, scary dream I have ever had. she called one of her friends and said, "Alison, I just dreamed that I sent Josh some pictures. Josh broke up with me. He shared them with his friends. He shared them with the school. The whole school knew all about me. They saw me naked. It was horrible. I got really depressed. I went to stay with Aunt Lily. Aunt Lily did a regression therapy on me, completely changed time and space, and it never happened. It was so bizarre." Alison said, "Wow. Well, thank goodness you never actually done that in real life." Rebecca said, "Yeah. Can you imagine? There's no way I would ever do that. My body is a sacred temple, right?" The end.